Thank you for coming by and sharing with me today. We're coming upon Father's Day in a few weeks. It's a day that has been set aside to honor fathers, both living and deceased. Unfortunately, Father's Day has become a blasé, nondescript holiday. Given the absence of fathers in the homes and the lives of the children, it's understandable why this holiday has fallen to such a state of disrepair. Consider these facts. The non-marital rate in America is about 41%. This means that almost half of all children in America are born to single women without a father in the home. For Hispanics, it is 61%, and for blacks, it is 75% and climbing rapidly. Now, to put this in perspective, how dramatic this trend is, consider the following. Up until the 1940s, approximately 80% of black children lived in two-parent homes. Then came the 60s and free love, and if it feels good, do it, and it's your thing, do what you want to do. The so-called sexual revolution of the 60s and the 70s had a very destructive impact upon the family as we know it. Coupled with that, the changing of mores on sexuality, gender, and marriage, we're now in a situation where 75% of black children are born to single women, often under the age of 20, literally babies making babies. Furthermore, people are not getting married. People are not staying married. And most importantly, they're not creating stable, nurturing homes for children to thrive and to grow. We are busy creating children, but we're not creating families. Let me suggest to you that if we keep creating children without creating families and homes for them, we will live to regret this abuse of our reproductive powers. The sheer fact that almost half of all children in America are born to single women without a father in the home is a problem of epic proportions. One other well-known fact in homes that have no fathers is that ultimately the children are affected in numerous tragic ways. 63% of youth suicides are from fatherless families. 90% of all homeless and runaway children are from fatherless homes. 80% of rapists with anger problems come from fatherless homes. 71% of all high school dropouts come from fatherless homes. 75% of all adolescent patients in chemical abuse centers come from fatherless homes. And 85% of all youth in prison come from fatherless homes. When you look at these daunting and disturbing numbers, the obvious question is why? Why is this happening? Why are so many men willing to walk away from their God-given responsibility to love and care for their own children? While there are many reasons, let me postulate two main reasons for my time with you today. First, it is abundantly clear that our society has made it too easy and too convenient for men to leave the responsibility of parenting to others. Let me say that again. Our society has made it too easy and convenient for men to leave the responsibility of parenting to others. We live in a day when society views fathers as a nice to have, but not a necessity. When you look at the changes in our society over, say, the last 30 years, you see that the role of father diminishes more and more as the role of government in the lives of the family increases more and more. This is particularly true, again, in poor and minority families. One noted columnist had this to say on the matter of our current societal attitude towards fathers. Quote, "Men are treated like the cultural equivalent of an appendix. Their income would help in bringing up babies, society says, and if they are willing to roll up their sleeves, their extra pair of hands can be put to work changing diapers and soothing fevered brows. But in the end, they have no unique role to play. Their paycheck can be replaced with a welfare check. Given a support network, happy, healthy, productive citizens can come from fatherless families." This is a lie that's becoming the prevailing wisdom of our day. This quote is from Don Feder, Boston Herald, June 12, 2002. This lie has become the narrative, however, that informs much of what we do as it relates to our families. We have WIC, Women, Infants, and Children. We have SNAP, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. We have TANF, Temporary Assistance for Needy Families. We have EBT, Electronic Benefit Transfer Cards, that purport to help provide help for the needs of the family. Why do we need all these programs? Where are the fathers who should be the primary provider for their own families? Sadly, in our world, the men today are assumed to be not part of the equation anymore. And even when society goes after a man for the support of his children, they are more interested in him paying than they are in him parenting. Many men have advocated their moral responsibility. Many men have advocated their moral responsibility to the state, and we wonder why our families are broken and our homes and our communities and nation are falling apart. Men and brothers, we need to do better. The second reason for this situation, and more importantly, is not only has society made it way too convenient for men to forsake their families, the other reason we are in this condition is because many men don't care or don't know about their God-given responsibilities to love and to care for their families. We are told in the scriptures directly and plainly to love our wives. We are told not to provoke our children, but to nurture and train them and to cherish our families. Until we do that, love, cherish, nurture, train, and give ourselves to the edification of our families, we are not fulfilling our God-ordained purpose, and this terrible trend will continue. So as we approach this Father's Day, I want you to think about those things that I have shared. I'll have more to say on this in our next video. But until then, my time is up, and I do thank you for yours. God bless.